Hello everyone, I've got some exciting news for you today. You know that you, along with Remnant Publications, working together, we've got hundreds and thousands, even millions of books out like The Leaves of Autumn. Well, right now we have a project that we may never see again. There's a movie coming out November 4th about World War II, a guy by the name of Desmond Doss that was a Seventh-day Adventist. And this man was a hero, the first one to receive a Medal of Honor. Recently I was interviewed on 3ABN along with my pastor friend, Doug Batchelor, along with Danny Shelton and John Lomacang. I want you to watch a few clips of this so you get an idea of how grand of a project this is. Take a look.
There is a witnessing opportunity, a window that we believe is coming to the church begins in November. There's a movie. Now, we are not recommending people go to movies, but there is a movie. The director has done a number of blockbusters, including The Passion of Christ. It's Mel Gibson. He became impressed with the story of a Seventh-day Adventist hero, World War II hero named Desmond Doss, and he won the Medal of Honor, highest medal that can be awarded, and made a full-length, full-feature film, portrays the courage of this man who stood up for his convictions in the middle of World War II, ended up saving an estimated 75 people almost single-handedly, wouldn't carry a gun into battle, just fully exposed to all kinds of war, and people all around the country, literally millions of people. They measure an opening weekend in millions. Millions of people are going to see this film, and they're going to wonder, what are Seventh-day Adventists? Where did this man get his faith? So Dwight and I both actually had the same idea. I was going to do a book. Dwight said, I'm going to do a book that uses this opportunity. We talked to each other and said, why don't we work together and we'll both do the book together?
That's right.
Yeah.
And so there's a book that is coming out now, and the name of the movie, by the way, is called Hacksaw Ridge. And again, we're not telling people go to the movies. I don't go to the movies. But people are going to go.
It's going to be coming out in November.
November 4.
Okay.
And they're going to hear about this incredible man of courage, and they're going to want to know. And you know, if it's a typical Hollywood film, I've seen the trailer. I think you may have seen a preview of it.
Seen the movie.
There's going to be some violence and there's going to be some language. So again, we're not suggesting people do that. But if they get these books by the thousands, give them to people when it's going to be in the news. The first part of the book has the authorized testimony of Desmond Doss.
Wow.
And then the last section, it says, what were the beliefs that shaped the man? It tells about, I wrote a little section in the back, what does Seventh-day Adventists believe? And so it'll get them into Bible study, and then the end of the book, they can sign up for the Amazing Facts Bible studies.
Wow.
And so it becomes it's about a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. It tells what Seventh-day Adventists believe, and then they can get into the studies. It is a tremendous window for opportunity for witnessing.
That's the beauty of it to me. As soon as Dwight told me about it, I said, you know, a book is a book is a book. But, you know, somebody watches a movie, that's great. Hand them the book, that's great. But where does it go from there? So when you, Doug, put this in the back, that changes. I mean, that, I don't say change, it adds everything that we could possibly want to. What a witnessing tool this is, because now people, of course, they've come out of the movie. Here's the book. You want to read the book? You get, so you're already impressed with this Seventh-day Adventist man who wouldn't carry a gun and yet saved so many lives that he got Congressional Medal of Honor, and the very few people that ever gotten. And then all of a sudden at the back, well, we'll find out a little bit about his beliefs and what he believes.
That's right.
And I'm sure how to get in contact right here with Amazing Facts. And I mean, this is an incredible opportunity.
You know that movie that's in the theaters now called Hacksaw Ridge? Yeah, oh yeah, it'll be in the news. Everyone will know about it. The trailers will be filling the media. Say, here is a copy of the authorized testimony of this fellow. This is the story that led to the movie. You ought to read this.
Wow.
I'll say, sure. And it's been out. The story has been, some testimony books kind of come and they disappear. A few of them have endured, and Desmond Doss's story has endured.
We just had a small church that I go to in Michigan, and just a very small church, and they said, sign us up for 8,000. I mean, and it's a faith venture, so it's important that churches get involved with this. And just to backtrack a little bit, Desmond Doss never had a clue because he's passed away in 2006. Never did he really know that there'd be this movie that would be about a man, Desmond Doss, about his faith. Yes, it's a World War II movie, but it's all about a man that stood for his belief, even though he was called coward and everything else, and beat up. You see the trailer on that. But he stood up for that. No matter if anyone ever congratulated him or not, he did it because it was the right thing to do. And now we have this opportunity to share around the world to get books out. And I think it's just another thing that I think is pretty amazing. A few weeks ago, the film festival in Venice, California, they showed this with the media, the film critics, and some of them said, even though we don't really care for Mel Gibson that much, this might be his comeback movie. But here's what was amazing. There was a 10-minute standing ovation after they watched this film. Now, this is the media, the film critics. So I'm just saying, this is something about his faith, but we don't want to leave it there. If you watch a movie about the Amish or something, people say, boy, I'm so glad they stood for what they believe. But once the movie's over, we soon forget about that.
Right.
But here's a book that goes past the story. Like Doug said, he's got something written there that flows very well. What did Desmond Doss believe? What made him so strong? Obviously it's God, but he believed in the Bible and the Bible only. And this is something that I believe that many, many people of the world is going to want to see. And we need to get it passed out. Amen.
And now to see this, the world taking this story and saying, here, this is a great story. Seventh-day Adventists aren't doing it. We're not having to do it. The world's making a movie about it. But the opportunity with you guys, what a tremendous idea to get the book. Now, hopefully, I know on some of the other books, Dwight, people could buy these by the pallet loads. In other words, churches, we encourage in churches, and you didn't tell me, but I'm going from, I've been doing this a long time. If we don't, I think we should be talking about churches buying these by the thousands, finding the theaters in your area, making an effort to go out and literally give these out, pass these out to the people who've just watched the movie. That's when you're all pumped up, you're excited about it, and you go home and try to tell someone else, and you sometimes forget, and you say, well, here it is right here.
That's right.
And then it's going to be able to literally lead you right to amazing facts.
You know, the Bible does say, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Yes.
What were his constant thoughts? How did those thoughts get shaped? Because if your thoughts, you see, in battle, your character is not shaped in battle, it's revealed in battle.
Yes.
And Desmond Doss had to have a certain thought pattern that made him refuse to carry a weapon no matter what, and to put himself in a situation that was obviously life-threatening. He could have died, but the Lord was with him. So his faith was not just something that was intellectual, but it was active. Yeah. Because people in similar situations, he put his life on the line in gun battles to save somebody, drag him in, bullets are flying, he's dragging somebody in, and people say, what are you doing? That's not just that's not insanity at all. That's such a faith that it fears nothing that man can do to it.
It's important. When we got the Passion book out, it got into Walmart, but everyone says, how did you do it? How did you do it? How did you get into Walmart? It was from the ground troops. It was the faithful people. There was people that passed out 25,000 of those books in Bentonville, and the lady that was the buyer at the Walmart read it, and she called us, and we'd been working to get into Walmart for a couple years with like Desire of Ages and Christ Object Lessons. She called and said, I read this book, it is amazing. And so, but it was the ground troops, it's the faithful people that pass these out. So I want the people to never underestimate yourselves what you can do by getting a book out. Who knows who might read it?
One of the incredible things about the story is that it was a miracle. And he tells you, Desmond Doss said, it is a miracle that I survived.
Yes.
And so people, when they come out of the theater, they're going to be saying, wow, this guy stood up for his convictions and God did something miraculous to save his life because of that, and he saved so many other lives. And they'll be moved, there'll be tears, the book will make you cry. And the reason I'm so excited about this is, I'll be perfectly honest, a lot of books that we give away, we all know it's like fishing. You come in empty, people get a book, they say thanks, and they put it away, they throw it away, and they read a small fraction. You give this book to somebody that's come out of the theater, they're going to read it.
They will.
So if you ever wanted a chance to give a book away and know you've got like a better than 50% chance they're going to read that book, this is that opportunity.
There are some people that are older that can't get out as much and to pass out books. But what they can do is they can give donations to whether it's Amazing Facts or Render Publications to do mailings. We have done millions and millions of books with just mailings of people that say, I'm old enough, I can't, I've got arthritis, I can't get out, but I can send some money and you would send out to my zip code. Or to my town. Some people live in smaller towns of 3,000 or 5,000, and they'll do a whole mailing. We can do that. So there's so many ways of getting this book out, and again, it's needful. Wow, wasn't that exciting? You know, that was done a few weeks ago at 3ABN, and now, just a few weeks later, we have committed to printing over 800,000 of these books. And I believe it's not going to stop there. I pray that you will be faithful along with us, and we'll get a few million of these books out. Why is this so important like never before? Because this is a man that a movie's being done on that was a faithful Seventh-day Adventist. He was true to his convictions. And at the end, with Doug Batchelor's little section, 30 pages on the faith of Desmond Doss, that he believed things that's in the movie, but here's other things that he believed in. And then this Bible study offer. This is going to be an amazing project that you can be involved in. In fact, many of you are, because we've pre-sold over 500,000. In fact, in the clip on 3BN, you noticed that I said that there was a small church here in Michigan that got involved to do 8,000. Well, you know what? Within a week later, they called back up and said, we want 15,000. Now that's faith. I just wanted to say that there is 500,000 books that have already been pre-sold. We're shipping them right now to the churches and to individuals to have them before this movie starts, November 4th. There's still a couple weeks left right now. But remember that it doesn't end when the movie starts. This movie will go for 4, 6, 8 weeks, maybe even longer. And there's lots of souls that won't see it the first week, but they'll see it the second, the third, and the fourth. So right now, if you haven't made your orders, place those orders. This is such a time when everybody can be involved. You know, as I travel around, people say to me, oh, Dwight, I just wish there was something I could do, something that wouldn't be so difficult. Right now, this is the time that you can all be a part of something that people will want this book. When they watch this movie, they're going to want to know more about this faithful man, Desmond Doss. So I'm asking you right now, get your orders in, call Amazing Facts, call Remnant Publications, see how you can help. Let's get this message out while we have a chance.
Don't wait. Order now at remnantpublications.com or call 1-800-423-1319.